Hi and welcome back to episode 33 of my knitting podcast. I am Marleen and I am also to be found on Instagram under the name SunnySeaKnits. And I hope you will enjoy this episode as much as I do. I'm going to talk about my holiday and about what I have been sewing and what I will be sewing as well, and what I've knitted and what I've crocheted. And there will also be some lace work that I will tell you about. And yes, well, welcome back. I've been on a holiday this summer with my family, well, with my children and my husband. We went with the mobile home, the caravan. Yeah, you say caravan as well in English, right? From snitch. Or snatch, they say caravan. But I don't know if I will keep this in the episode or how you say, edit it out. But well, we went on a holiday for 2 weeks and in the Netherlands, and it was beautiful. I really enjoyed it so much, especially because we always go to France or actually always to France. Yeah. Never been to other countries with the caravan, but this summer we decided to stick around in the Netherlands, and it's so nice. I think the Netherlands, especially in the north and the eastern part, is so beautiful, and so we had a lovely holiday, and I also got some time to knit, but not as much as I would like. But it's always like that with little children, I think. I mean, during the day or during the week already, you don't have that much time to knit, I think. For me, anyway. But let me talk you through the things that I'm wearing and what I've already finished. I am wearing the Hinterland dress by Sew Liberated. And I made it from viscose fabric. And I adjusted I adjusted a lot of things. For example, the neckline and the arm bands, I made them a little bit more smaller, or how you say, yeah, smaller. And the neckline, I made it a little bit more bigger. And for the body, I made it a little bit longer, for 5 centimeters, that it's really on my waist. Because otherwise it would be more here, and I'm quite tall, so that's not really nice, not really something you would like to see. And I also adjusted the skirt, so I didn't use the rimpling that is used in this skirt in the pattern, but I just used from a different pattern, we call it a clock rock, so in the shape of a clock, like a bell. Maybe it's a bell skirt then in English, but so it goes like this downwards. I will put in a video that you can see the whole skirt, the whole dress. And I sewed. I'm actually a large size, but I used size 10, and I can still put it around my upper body. So I don't need to open up the buttons, because I think there's a really lot of positive ease in the pattern. And what I also did is I stitched this as well, because the bottom band, it went open a lot. So I don't like that, because then you can see from the side my skin. And so I sewed this down as well. So the next time I'm going to sew it again, because I bought also 2 fabrics from ansjehandmade.nl or .com. From Atelier Brunette is this one. This is also viscose. And I'm going to make it again, and then I don't need to make any buttonholes, because I'm going to sew this as well totally closed. So this one, I'm really looking forward on this beautiful fabric to be a dress, and this one as well. This is viscose crepe, and yeah, it's also very, very lovely, and I think it will be very beautiful as a summer dress as well. So I'm going to make these before the fall, I hope. But anyway, then I have enough dresses for the next spring, and I don't need to worry anymore. Or do I worry? I don't worry. But it's nice to have those aside, because I really enjoyed wearing this dress a lot. So then I can change a little bit. I'm going to take a sip of water. I put on the fan because it's quite warm still. I hope you don't hear that. I made as well, or finished 3 objects. So this one, and this one. And I'm going to tell you first about this one. This is the What the Fate shawl by Andrea Mowry. And it's a beautiful pattern, if I can say so. It's knit on a 3.25mm needle with fingering weight yarn. And I used this one from Olivia and Oliver Fibers. She's a hand dye. She dyes the color. She dyes the wool herself, and she makes beautiful colors. And this one I used here, and the darker ones, this one and this one, are from Atelier Het Wol based. It's a Dutch dyer in the Netherlands, and the color is Autumn Leaves. And the ones that I used here and here to make the fade a little bit towards the other color, and then towards the lighter color. So the lighter color, that's the one from the Wee Yarn Company, and it's also a hand dyer from the Netherlands. He is situated in Nijmegen, and this is Jal de Jak Sok, and the color is Jaffa Cake. And I really am very happy with all the colors. It's so gorgeous and yeah, lovely. Yeah, and I really enjoyed making the brioche, of course, because this is brioche and this is the stockinette. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful result eventually. I had to make this part twice because there's an I-cord bind off while you knit, and I didn't like that a lot because there was not enough stretch, so I didn't do that this time around in this part. But in this part I did do the I-cord, and if I stretch it a little bit, you can see that the brioche is rimpling. Can you see? So actually the brioche wants to be more wider than it can do in this part. If I would make it again, I wouldn't do the I-cord while I knit, because I tend to be a knitter to want to knit an I-cord bind off on the larger needle that I knitted the garment, and that's not possible when you're knitting hin and back a scarf. So I think that for me also the scarf would have been finished earlier, and I think I like it better to just have a normal edge in this part as well. But I really enjoy this beautiful arch like a tree, and I also did that, continued it in this part, and that's not really how you say according to the pattern. I want to show you better. Yeah, like this. But I did a slip stitch, and I explained it in the last episode, I think the previous one. But I'm very, very happy because when I put it around, it's really big and cozy, and yeah, perfect for the fall. In a couple of weeks there will be fall and then I can wear it. I also enjoy the brioche a lot around the neck, because it's so squishy and nice to wear. Yeah, it's really nice for the colder fall or winter days. Yeah, very, very happy with it. And I noticed in the Dutch episode that I can do this, that I have like a collar, kind of, because of the I-cord, because this is more tighter on, how you say, on the bottom, that you can do like this. That's also actually a very nice thing that I didn't expect. I didn't expect the effect that it would be like this. So my English helped me. Oh, okay, continue. Then I finished the, let's see, I have my book here, my knitting journal, so I can remember what I wanted to discuss with you. And I put some knitting needles to, how you say, point out on which page I can search for it. So I want to discuss the Love leather top. It's a pattern by Kika, and it's really beautiful. It's so nice. If you are a more advanced beginner knitter and you can knit a yarn over and knit together and purl, then this is really something that you can make. There's also a lot of videos on YouTube from Kika that she explains how to do the stitches, so it's really nice and very informative. I knitted this one in a size large on a 3.0 millimeter needle. I used 5, did I use 5 skeins? I think I used 5.5 skeins of line from SunnySeaKnits in the color Café au lait. And I adjusted a little bit, that I repeated this pattern here twice. And I didn't do an I-cord bind off on these edges, on the neckline and on the arm pits, armholes. Because I like it better when it's a little bit more area around the neck, and also because I've kind of broad shoulders and also deep armpits. I don't like it when it's really too tight and that it's, how you say, it cuts into your skin when you're moving. So I decided not to do that. Maybe next time when I make it, I could make it a little bit more deeper, but then you have to adjust the pattern a little bit. And I don't think that's really something for me to comprehend all the adjustments. But for now, it's really, really nice. And I love it already. I wore it a lot of times. And I did a tubular bind off on the lower edge after the 1x1 ribbing. I don't do the tubular bind off that tight. So I always, I keep a little bit. I don't pull too much. I really do it a little bit looser, so you have more stretch at the end. And I think it turned out really nice. And I really love because the line from SunnySeaKnits, it's a mix from cotton, line and viscose. So it's not really that painful while knitting on your hands. Even though I thought sometimes it was a little bit harsh, because you have to do a lot of knit two together or a yarn over, or how you say, knit two together and slip one over. So that can be, how you say, a lot of effort for your hands. So what I want to say, so the line, if you have 100% line, then it's really, really bad for your hands sometimes. It can hurt a lot. But this is, how you say, lighter to knit with. So yeah, and I really love the drape eventually after blocking. It's really nice and soft. Yeah, so I can really recommend this pattern if you're thinking about making one. And it's still summer, so you can still start it. At least in Europe or the Netherlands, it's still summer now. The 21st of September, then we go into the fall seasons. Okay, So that was the love letter top. And then I have the Sunny square toed there. And it's a pattern, how you say, you can buy it in a package that you get the yarn and also the pattern. It's on the website by filon.nl, I think. And the designer is Haak bij Daphne. The yarn that they recommend is, or the cotton actually, is Yarn and Colors from Epic. No, not from Epic. It's Epic from Yarn and Colors. And you crochet it on a 4.5mm hook. I got inspired by It's a Sarah from It's a Sarah. And because my daughter, she crochets a lot and she makes all those little animals. It's like amigurumi what she does. And now she started making flowers as well. And I wanted to try this yarn because it's a little bit more thicker. So then the amigurumi is a little bit more tighter and better that you cannot see through. Because before we used a thinner cotton. And yeah, it's really, I think it's, I'm really positive about this cotton. It's thicker and it's, how you say it, I really like the dusty colors. So not the shiny colors of cotton that you have sometimes. And what can I say more? So for this one, I use 3 skeins of the Aventurine color, 2 skeins of the white, 1 skein of the ochre and 1 skein of the orange juice. And yeah, because you crochet on a, I say, a thick crochet hook, it's really finished early. It's a very quick crochet project, I want to say. And look at that, it's so nice. I really enjoy you just, if I look at this one, I get really happy. I become really happy. It gives me so much joy. But yeah, so the colors I really enjoy because they look like the flowers that are my favorite flowers. I think it's called daffodils. I'm not sure. I forgot. But it's a national flower of the Netherlands, actually. And yeah, it's really nice. I really enjoy this. These colors with each other, but this one is not in the package, so you really need to order it on the online separately and then ask for the pattern. But yeah, so very happy. I'm going to make an inside, I say, the inside bag, so nothing falls out. I'm planning to make it from cotton and with a zipper and stuff, and then I can really use it. Very, very nice. I'm going to put it back again where it was. Those were the 3 things that I finished. Now I want to talk to you about 2 things that I'm still, that are my WIPs, my works in progress. And I'm going to search them up in the book. It's the Sweet Shop blankets from Laura Penrose. You can find her on Instagram under that same name. It's a big blanket. I received some yarn from Edna, which is a yarn shop, online yarn shop from Sweden. And they sent me some yarn to promote it actually. And I was very, very honored to work with them as well and to receive the yarn. But eventually I noticed that it actually interfered with my creative process on how I choose patterns, how I choose yarn, and I don't know, it really interferes. So I somehow got, I say, my brain stopped working properly. So I am not doing that anymore, even though they're really lovely and very kind, and they have beautiful yarn as well. But for me, it doesn't work that well. I really love to choose things by myself and to have the opportunity to choose as well. And but anyway, I meant to tell this in a more positive way, and I'm very positive as well. But yeah, so I stopped the collaboration. But I still had beautiful alpaca yarn from Alpaca Heather from Manos de Uruguay. Unfortunately, they don't sell it anymore at Etna, but I received from them these 3 colors. They're really beautiful. And I wanted to make a blanket with them. First I started with a sweater, but it wasn't really my sweater, so I frocked it again. And then I saw this beautiful pattern from Laura Penrose and I thought I want to make that. I combined it as well with Rauma Fino, and all the other colors are Filcolana Pernilla. It's actually a design made for DK weight blanket, so if you have an advent or any scrap yarns from fingering weight, you can make this. I noticed I use for one color 7 grams or 8 grams kind of. So that you can calculate how much you would like to use. And also it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter how big the squares will be, as long as you use, I say, the right needle for the weight of yarn that you're using. Then eventually the squares will be a little bit more bigger or smaller, but you can really vary with that. And oh, look at that, it's going to be very, very nice. So the only thing that I need to make now are 2 squares for this row, and then 1 row of 8 squares, and then I'm finished. And I'm very curious if I'm going to make an edge around it or not. But I have the tendency not to make any edge on it. So I will see. But I'm very happy with it now. And actually it's really funny. My favorite color is green. And if I hold it up now, I think, oh yeah, there's a lot of green inside. And also with the bag in the bag in the back. The bag in the back. You see, yeah, green is really my color. I tend to choose green a lot. So I have a green bike. We used to have a green sit for the children in the back on the bike. And I have a green jacket and a green shoe. Sometimes, I think I already told that, but sometimes I'm really like the green lady from the Netherlands on our bike. On our way to school or to work. Yeah, it's really funny. Fortunately, I can laugh about it myself as well. And this week as well, I had like a green t-shirt and then the green coat that I wore. Yeah, it was really funny. Then I got to work and I thought, I need to think more about my colors or more contrast things. Okay, then my last whip that I want to talk to you about is the Mema cardigan from Pip and Pin. You can find her on Instagram like that, or Pin and Pip. I don't know. Yeah, Pip or Pin, Pip and Pin, or Pin and Pip. I don't know. I used it. I used a 3.5mm needle. As recommended, and I think I got the gauge like on one stitch more than on the pattern, but yeah, sometimes I'm very stubborn to change the needle size then, but in this pattern I don't think it will matter that much because you knit it top down. And I'm still in doubt as well if I'm going to knit a medium or large, because the armholes are quite deep and I like them a little bit more smaller. So I'm going to see how much I need to increase till I have the nice perfect sleeve width. I use the California Gold color from Olivia and Oliver Fibers. It's what I already discussed in the What the Fade show. She has a beautiful color. She is such a good indie dyer. Do you say indie dyer or dyer? Because she dyes the wool in beautiful colors, I think. And it's this is merino fingering, merino wool, superwash, 400 meters for 100 grams, so it's a fingering weight, and yeah, very nice. So I hope, yeah, somebody said this can also be with Halloween, because it's like a pumpkin color as well, a little bit. But yeah, so it's not that bad, because I thought it's more like sunshine color, so it will be perfect for the summer nights that are a little bit more colder. But I'm not able to be to finish this one in time, but that doesn't matter. I agreed with myself not to worry that much about knitting, especially winter garments in the winter and summer garments in the summer. I'm just going to mix it, because like this scarf, I really wanted this one at the beginning of the fall. So that's why I thought, yeah, I need to start this, so it will be finished when the fall starts. So now I'm also going to start some summery tops as well, because then when the spring is there, I can really wear them as well instead of knitting on them. So I am going to knit at least one garment in the summer for the winter, and at least one garment for the summer in the winter. And the Mema cardigan, I think it's all good for all year round. I also have some other non-superwash yarn, which I'm going to use as well for this beautiful pattern. And I'm really looking forward that it's finished. This is the brioche, half brioche stitch as well, and on the sleeves it's just a normal, is it stockinette? Yeah, stockinette. So I said it wrong. With this one, this is garter stitch. Yeah, the edge, not stockinette. Yeah, so looking forward knitting on this a little bit more. And also, if you're a starter with brioche is not difficult. Let me say that. It's really fun and so nice to knit with. And especially the half brioche stitch, because then you don't need to knit one row in and back. Then with the total brioche you need to do that, so you actually knit twice one row, and with the half brioche it's much more easier. So if you want to start it, just start it and look at YouTube videos, because it's really not that hard and so much fun. So this is the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did by making it, and I hope to see you on the next episode 34 as well. And I wish you a lovely day, evening and night as well. Hope you, and be kind to yourself, and also enjoy knitting, crocheting, all the crafts that we can make, because it's so special to keep that alive. That's really knowledge that we need to, spread around the world, that it's still such a lovely thing to do. Okay, bye bye!